What's going on, Sagittarius? How are you doing? Hope you're doing super well. This is the Autistic Mystic, and this is going to be your reading for the month of September 2024. So in this reading, Sagittarius, we're going to take a look at your overall general energy for the month. We're going to take a look at some things you do not see coming. We're also going to get some advice for you from your angels and spirit guides and so much more regarding the month of September 2024. So before we begin this reading, as always, I do want to take a moment, Sagittarius, to let you know that you are very welcome here in this space with me as we go through this reading. And I really do appreciate you in advance, Sagittarius, for taking the time to check this reading out. Now, if this general reading does resonate with you, definitely smash that like button, subscribe down below if you have not already for future updates. I would also really appreciate that. Over here, Sagittarius. So without further ado, I'm going to pull the energy for you, and we'll see what is coming your way for September 2024. As always, I would like to thank the angels, the interdimensional beings, and the spirit guides who are overseeing this act of divination for the sign of Sagittarius. All right. Wow. Okay, Sagittarius, let's go ahead and see what's going on here. For a lot of you, there's definitely something coming through about some sort of unresolved wound or like fight that you've been in. And for a lot of you, there's definitely something coming out about feminine energy in general. A lot of the Sagittarius men listening to this, as much as you want to think that you think women are goddesses, there's a difference between thinking that and your behavior. And there's definitely a message to a lot of the female Sagittariuses listening to this that you are going to embrace your divine feminine power, and you're going to heal that energy, and you're going to value yourself more than you ever have before, and you're going to get out of this. There's definitely something about toxic masculinity dissolving for you, and for a lot of you, there's an opportunity to realize, like, maybe you didn't realize how much it was going to hold you back. Because Sagittarius is a fire sign. That's to do with masculinity, the fire energy. And if you're a woman watching this, there's definitely something about calling back your female power to you that realize the whole world runs around women. Like, despite what anyone says, like we are all equally yoked here. But a lot of you have been like tricked into thinking like it's a man's world, and there's something about you taking your power back in that regard. But there's also some sort of harsh truth about a toxic masculine in your life that I feel like a lot of you have been like struggling to let go of, that now you're going to see it for what it is, and you're going to be able to let it go and to own your power and to readjust your life in that way. For a lot of the Sagittarius men out there as well, like, there could be a challenge to open up your heart and to realize that women are not just objects. They are equal to you. You wouldn't be here without a woman. So I don't know why I'm on this riff. Well, part of the reason why I'm on this riff is because the three energies that you need, I'll show you in a second, are all female energies. And there's something about, because you were giving your power away, there's something about your intuition was blocked. And now in September 2024, it's actually gonna come on full on. And it's like there's some sort of weird paradoxical energy about honoring your energy is going to get you what you want in life, especially honoring your own feminine energy as an oracle. And even if you're more of a masculine energy here, if you're someone who maybe you have a history of treating females badly, Sagittarius, well, this is an opportunity to connect with the feminine within yourself, and maybe you project a lot of your own rejection of your own kind of feminine self onto women if you reject it within yourself as a man. And for some of you ladies out there, you're going to be in September 2024, you're going to be experiencing this. You know, a lot of you could have this weird thing where I feel like you're working through an issue of the polarization that you are attracted to in your relationships, especially if you're a woman and you're into men, like, and even whatever. There's something about, like, you could be attracted to a type of man who disrespects women, but then you realize that was just surface level keeping you in a trap. And this month you're going to be like, wait, that is a polarizing thing, but it's not actually healthy for me. That's definitely coming through strong. Like, there's something about like a polarized attraction. You know, you may have been talking to someone, you may be talking to someone, but there's something about a polarization dissolving here. So let's just go ahead and get into the reading. Because in what you don't see coming, there's definitely a devil in your life that's getting flipped on its own head. Whether it's a devil, for a lot of you, it's going to be a Capricorn energy, earth sign, male energy being flipped on its head. But for a lot of you, it's your own view of them changing. Or for a man, it's yourself changing. And maybe like owning up to something. But the energy, let's before we get into the tarot, let's start this energy off. And for some of you female Sagittarius out there, you definitely have unfinished business with a Capricorn, or you have unfinished business with an earth sign or some sort of manly guy. There's some sort of thing about that. Okay, hold on. The energy you need more of. So before we get into the tarot, let's start this off with some pre-shuffled oracle cards. These oracle cards contain the energy that you need more of to be happy and successful in September 2024. And the first one is faith, humanity, and benevolence. This is the energy that you need more of to embody. Stay calm, trust the good in yourself and others, and see the light in the world. And faith is an energy. She's the twin flame of Archangel Michael, who is the energy, the masculine energy of protection, right? The healthy masculine energy, Archangel Michael. But faith is more of that feminine flow where she's here to remind you that, listen, no matter how toxic someone has been to you, they're just trying to they're doing their best from where they are to create a life that they want. All of us as human beings, what do we want? Most of us, we want a family, we want nice things, we want health, we want beautiful nature, we want prosperity. And it's just that sometimes we all get tricked into being overly competitive with each other, and that includes men with women, women with men. You know, if you look at, a lot of the feminist movement right now is destroying the relationship that they have not only with men, but their own femininity. And it's vice versa. Like, the toxic masculinity is destroying the relationship that they have with women and the relationship that they have with themselves. Most am I saying that we're all meant to become androgynous beings? No. The vast majority of the humanity is not on that path whatsoever. It's not in alignment for most people. So what I'm saying is that there's an energy here for you to have faith in the fact that people are inherently good. There's also a strong message coming out, Sagittarius, strongly for you, that the way that you expect people to show up will actually determine how they show up to you in September 2024. So it's the observer effect, right? Before you observe something, scientifically proven, it is both a particle and a wave at the same time. But as soon as you look at something, it collapses into particle, right? So there's something here about quantum mechanics. Einstein's theory of relativity, E = mc squared, showed us how the big things interact with each other. Quantum mechanics is all about how things show up on the small level. Like when you put a microscope and you look at an atom, is it a particle? Like, atoms behave weirdly. So there's something about your observer effect that you're going to be tuning into, and you're going to say, well, maybe not that I'm going to bypass this person's issues, but if I give them a chance, if I look at them through the eyes of, you know what, you are toxic, but you're just trying your best. Genuinely, you, my good sir, are trying your best to create a life that you find enjoyable, well then I can have faith in you that you're going to do that. And I can have faith that despite your toxicity, you're going to make it through this phase. And I think that if you can take that attitude here, it will help you so much, because there's definitely something that someone was messing with you. Like someone was messing with your own womanhood. Like, you're never going to be as good as me because you're not a man, or like this was in your head based off the energy of someone. For a lot of you, that was energy that you were picking up on, that you were taking on to be yourself. For a lot of you, this was energy that you had with a man that you were picking up on. It really didn't have anything to do with you if they didn't exist. The thing is that they exist. Now you also have Freya. Phases and cycles. There is a beginning with every ending. Illusions are being revealed and released. There's definitely a big illusion being released here for you. And this card is to remind you the energy you need more of is change is the only constant. Yes, many of you are going to be facing changes that are going to require you to really step up into your power. And you're facing changes that are going to put you back at square one to a certain degree, is what I'm getting. Like, you're going to have to readjust something that's going to make you feel like I'm going back to the root of something to grow properly. But that's what you need, and change is the only constant here. You see the raven, which represents the nighttime and death and things like that. So Freya here, she is the twin flame of the powerful Odin, who is about psychic insight in a masculine way. So this is about a phase coming in to end for you here. So have faith in whatever phases are ending for you. Now you also have the Shekinah, sacred self. Unleash your spirit, express your gifts, dance to the sacred rhythm of life. And this is, she's like the gospel of Jesus here, this woman. And she is here to protect you as you unleash your gifts. This energy is here to remind you for you to embrace your own spirit. For you to embrace your own spiritual energy. And what I really mean by that is the unique self that is above any judgment of any human being, above any judgment of the self. Because something that I'm really picking up on from this reading, Sagittarius, is that there's been someone around you, and even if whether you're a man or a woman, there's some sort of toxic behavior, or there's some sort of toxic belief systems that you've been like wrestling with and fighting with, that were not even really your own karma in this life. Like maybe a lot of you have a soul contract with this person dealing with toxic masculinity or toxic femininity for some of you. But you're going to start to realize that my sacred self is actually free of all of these burdens. So there's definitely a certain level of detachment here from some sort of toxic figure in your life. And it's going to be challenging for you to have unconditional love for someone as you move through the fact that someone has wounded you or jumbled you up in their karma. So that's really what I feel. Like, if you're a man listening to this, ask your 10 closest friends, what do you think about women, and be honest. If you're a woman listening to this, there's something about a toxic man that has been jumbling up your self-worth. And it's time to unleash your sacred spirit. Because you're really close. You are so close to such a big transformation in your life. That's really what I get from this, because your opportunity is the 9 of Wands here. And I get that you're so close to overcoming some sort of battle. And part of it is going to be realizing that there's like a lot of this wounding here is something that you put up with, that now you're going to have faith that, yes, I went through this for a reason, but there's something that you're no longer going to allow to block your intuition. You were allowing this for a long time, I feel, Sagittarius, because you didn't see behind the curtain. Their tricks were working. Like, the whole universe is a matrix where it's all Maya. It's all a stage. It's all collective people coming together, agreeing what value is and blah, blah, blah. And the Shekinah here is like, you are the person that gets to determine your own value. And if someone is hating on it, especially a toxic masculine or toxic feminine, whatever this is, like, that's literally a sign that you're moving in the right direction. If you get backlash, like if you get someone being like, no, you suck because blah, 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 you're so close. Now, your challenge is and this is definitely to do with unfinished business. Here's the thing, Sagittarius. There's definitely for some of you Sagittariuses, you're juggling 2 different or even multiple love interests at the same time is what I'm getting. For a lot of you Sagittariuses, there's a toxic energy that you're still very much so energetically attached to that I feel like you're finally going to let go. There's also, for others of you, another energy that you are very so much attracted to, and you're in a heart-based love relationship. So many of you, I'm actually getting that there's two people on your mind in love in September. Not going to be for all of you, but take what resonates, leave what doesn't, because your challenge is the King of Cups, which is like synonymous with the faith energy. You know, these energies, you see the blue energy here, very synonymous. It could be challenging for you to have faith in someone who's sucking you into toxicity at this time. But there's more so something about an unfinished love thing that you have going on very strongly, Sagittarius. There's someone out there that I'm going to predict that you had sex with them, or it was a love relationship, or there was some sort of thing that is now coming up for unfinished business. And it's very challenging because for a lot of you, there's this other third party that could have jumbled up your opinion of this person in general. There's someone who could have got in your ear about this other person that you really had a heart-based love relationship, but maybe you were entertaining this person over here still. There's something about a juxtaposition with that. And for a lot of you, your advice is that you're going to have to choose a path, especially when it comes to your love life in September 2024. A lot of you are split right down the middle. There is like maybe two different forms of toxicity, and a lot of you are going to have to pick your poison here. But ultimately, this is about you healing yourself, because love is on the table. Like, that's a thing for you. No doubt. Like, that's what's going to happen in September. But what I'm saying is that it's more so of a time of you realigning with your value and of your sacred self. And then I feel like going with the person who can actually genuinely accept your sacred self and mean it. And mean it. Because the problem for many of you is that some of you might have both of these people starting to accept your sacred self. But for many of you, it won't be that way. So in your overall general energy, you have the Two of Swords, you have the High Priestess, and you also have the Four of Swords here. So there's something about blocked feminine energy or blocked self-worth. I don't know why it's coming through as self-worth here. The two of, there could be your intuition is screaming at you in the beginning of September, but you're ignoring it, which leads to a very toxic event. I'm actually going to predict, and I hate to do this, but why do you come here for predictions, right? For a lot of you. And this is what I'm predicting, Sagittarius, is that a lot of you, even as you're listening to this, you could be getting intuitive hits right now about a situation that has wounded you a lot. It's probably to do with love, to be honest with you. It is. And it's wounded you a lot to the point where you're ignoring your own intuition. You're really wrapped up in something quite toxic at this time, and it's caused you to doubt your own intuition, to ignore your own intuition, because maybe you don't have proof that it's true, and you might as well see, well, the proof is in the pudding over here. The pudding is there. My intuition is floating, so let's go with the pudding, but no. There's something about, as well, you viewing yourself as an oracle. Like, if you're a Sagittarius, you came here to help people with their higher mind. If you're a Sagittarius, you came here to help people expand their higher mind, and you need to do that for yourself in order to do that with other people. And there's stages to it. Of course, your higher mind is activated, but there's always levels above and beyond this. Now, I like to see that you end the month with the Four of Swords here. Your intuition is going to come back on board as you move through September. As you move through September, you're going to heal the sacred feminine within yourself here. And this is also about mysteries. There's something about a mystery that you didn't want to know, because it would, like, there could also be something about a mystery that is blocked currently as we speak right now, having to do with a person that has been on your mind. Someone that's been on your mind is going through a deep transformation, okay? And you have the Four of Swords right here. And remember, the High Priestess is different than the Empress, because, yeah, you could say that she's with the Magician or she's with the Hierophant, but she really is good on her own. She don't need a a man to connect her with God, you know, like toxic religious beliefs. A woman is not whole unto herself until she marries a man. It's like, get the hell out of here. So there's something about you healing your own intuition and trusting it. Okay, here's the thing. All right, let me really break it down for you. A lot of you have been ignoring your intuition about a toxic person in your life because you don't want to confirm the fact that they're going to have to take an L. Let me repeat that. A lot of you Sagittarius, especially in the beginning of September, as you're listening to this right now, you're getting intuitive hits about someone that you're attached to. It's toxic. You know that they're going to fall flat on their face, but you don't want to create that, so let's just ignore it. No, because someone's falling on their face. Someone is definitely falling flat on their face, and this could have to be financially, this could have to be legally, this could have to do toxic masculinity, Capricorn energy. In what you don't see coming, you have the King of Pentacles, the Justice card, and the Devil card in reverse. For some of you, there's someone toxic person that you're connected to that your intuition is telling you they're going to take an L. And in what you don't see coming, you're actually going to see them take the L, which is going to push you into your heart, but also to push you to trust your intuition. Trust your intuition. Trust your intuition about people right now. About what's going to happen to people. Trust it. But for others of you, this is about you overcoming toxic beliefs about money and toxic beliefs about fairness and justice. I feel like the devil is taking an L in your life, and you're definitely shedding toxic beliefs about masculinity and money. And I think that this is, for some of you, this is about the fact that Pluto, the planet of power, psychology, is now shifted back into Capricorn, and then it's going to shift back into Aquarius pretty soon. And then we're off to the age of Aquarius where there's going to be massive changes. So it's like you're witnessing someone go through something. For a lot of you, you're going to be going through changes when it comes to your financial beliefs. But I do feel as well like for a lot of you here, you're going to integrate something. But for a lot of you, you also have a split in the road, especially when it comes to two people. I feel that some of you are potentially in love with two different people that you know have issues. Let me repeat that. I feel that there's two separate individuals on your mind, especially if you're a woman, Sagittarius watch. There's two men on your mind, there's two women on your mind. It doesn't matter what you're into. There's two beings on your mind that for a lot of you, your advice is to choose one of the path, is to choose the path that you feel your intuition is guiding you towards. Which person is the intuition guiding you towards, Sagittarius? Because in your advice, you have the Page of Cups, you have the Five of Wands, and you have the Page of Pentacles here. So it's like, which person do you want to better yourself with? Which person do you want to see grow with you? And there is this energy of a splitting in the road between two different people that you may have feelings for at this time. There may be one of them that's more down to earth and one of them that's more like Naruto, that you have to pick your poison. I do feel like you have to pick your poison when it comes to relationships. Now, others of you, this is going to be about moving towards a phase in your life where you're more so focusing on bettering yourself and becoming the best version of yourself every day rather than competing with people in a negative way. This is in your advice, there's something about a healthy form of competition here, because like dating today, being married today is different than it used to be. Like usually the man was the breadwinner. Now it's like, if you're a man, it's like, women are going to be doing shit. So it's like, how do you deal with that? Maybe you're going to be thinking about that as well. Like, how do you deal with things around that? But I think this is you're going to be training yourself and you're going to be, doing the dirty work. The Page and the Page, you have two pages here, which is about getting back to square one. So there's definitely something about getting back to square one, working on yourself honestly, and getting this monkey off your back. Your opportunity is this. There's something weighing you down that you've been struggling with for a long time. For a lot of you, the thing you've been struggling with, though, is which person are you going to commit yourself to? Now, the funny thing about this reading is that actually the universe is going to answer that question for you in September. I'm sorry. For many of you, you've been literally debating between two different people. And the universe is going to solve that question for you in September. I just get that. And you're gonna be like, okay, now I know. But I feel like you did know, but it just was, you didn't want to look bad or something. if it didn't happen. Let's see why the Nine of Wands is here in your opportunity. Yeah, you have the Knight of Cups, the Devil, the Chariot, and the Queen of Wands. All right. So there's a situation. This is definitely the Knight of Cups and the Hermit. You've been really going within about past love issues. I feel like there's people, whoever these people are, I don't really feel like they could be like new-ish, but I feel like you have some sort of history with them. You have the Devil, the Chariot, and the Queen of Wands. You're really struggling with like, who do I commit to right now? Who do I commit to right now? Who do I commit to right now? And the first person to commit to is your own self and your own intuition. Because once you commit to your own intuition, that's how you're going to know who you need to commit to. Because I really feel like there's one of these people that like you've been going back and forth, and I really feel like one of them is screwed and one of them is not. And it might not. Don't let your eyes be bigger than your stomach right now. You know what I'm saying? So here's the thing. In your opportunity is you're divinely protected to express your spirit however you want to, right? Like this is expressing divine expression, and you have the Chariot and the Queen of Wands when it comes to your opportunity. So go with the person who you know is not going to judge you. But I mean like really deep down, because there's someone who like judges you on the surface level, but then deep down they don't. There could also be someone who judges you for expressing your spirit on a deep level, but then they don't express it surface. Like there's some sort of really big confusion. So I understand like why you're hesitating right now. Some of you are like just doing your own thing, keeping to yourself, letting things unfold. I don't know. Let's clarify why the Two of Swords is in your overall general energy. Yeah, the Two of Swords is clarified by the Sun and the Queen of Cups here. Okay, the King of Cups is in your challenge. So I feel like you've been denying your feelings for someone because maybe you think something bad is going to happen to them. And like I said, September 2024 is going to reveal whether something bad happens to this person based on their toxicity or not. And for some of you dealing with two different people, something bad's going to happen to the one, and the other one's going to explode with positivity. And it will be made obvious to you. But what I'm telling you is that you're going to be tapping into your intuition here, because there's been a big denial. You've been denying your feelings from someone. Naruto. You've been denying. Stop. No, now it's all ruined. No, screw you. And so, Naruto. There's many of these white-eyed girls. All right. Let's clarify that Devil in reverse. There could also be the person that you're in love with is being manipulated or attacked, and you are afraid for them. Just like the girl. Naruto, please, Naruto, complete your mission while I sing. The Devil's clarified by the Nine of Wands, the Emperor, the Strength card, and the Seven of Cups. So yeah, some sort of person who was like a toxic masculine here is really gonna have to face the fact that they've brought you involved. They've muddled up your own intuition, your own vibration based on their own crap, and they're really going to have to face some sort of delusion here. So that's the toxic one. I feel like there's going to be more of a positive path opening up for you. So some of you are like at a split in the road, and you're like, I hope I don't have to sit here forever, and then it's just going to be like, or. So there's a fork in the road. Your intuition is unblocking, and I hope you have a great